pretty much just wanted to go over my Tesla swing trade, what I was looking at, what I was seeing, my thesis behind the trade, and the reason that I took it. So all of last week, I kept emphasizing that 436.30 is the key level on this name. So as you can see, I was pretty much avoiding this range all last week. You don't want to trade in a channel in a range, right? Because those are lower probabilities. So last week, I believe I ended up going, I think 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 on Tesla, only trading off this 436.30 to the upside. As you can see, right, well respected throughout the week. And so coming into to the end of the week, I'm noticing that okay, this 440.95 is now a key resistance level on the 4 hour time frame, right? So as you can see here, give me one sec. As you can see here, right, this is a resistance level, right? Resistance, 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 right? Resistance. So throughout the week, I'm noticing, okay, as soon as we break 436.30 to the upside, there are sellers defending this 440.95. Now, I typically don't swing trade, but everything was screaming at me to take this trade, and my alert ended up going off towards the end of the day. And before we even get into that, I mean, this is the beauty of, higher time frame key levels and respecting these key levels. Because as you can see, right, resistance, 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 right? Classic break, right? Resistance, turn into support, right? Beautiful, right? Break, right? Retest, and then continuation to the upside, right? That's just textbook, right? So coming into the end of day on Friday, my alert ended up going off. And the reason I took this trade, right, there was the more confluences, the better. And the reason I took this trade is one, as you can see here, hold on, let me get rid of these arrows just to clear things up. So as you can see here, right, one, we ended up taking, give me one sec. Really good confluences here for me. So we ended up breaking over the previous day high. We ended up breaking over the high of day. And then we ended up also breaking over, right, this key resistance level here, right? This 436.30 again. But this time we ended up holding. So ended up playing the break and retest off this 436.30, targeting the upside. Because if we can get over these, right, there's nothing in Tesla's way to the upside. Higher time frame context is bullish. We're trending. We're moving to the upside. Overall market still moving to the upside. So this was a really good shot for me. Now, those three confluences were the main reasons why I entered this trade, right? Break over previous day high, break over high of day, and a strong bullish momentum candle through this daily resistance turn support, right? So if you go on the 2 minute here, this was a really good entry, right? Classic break, good displacement, retest, buyer step in and push this price higher. And you also couldn't ask for a better close, right? We ended up getting a push and made a new high of day. So that was a really good close for me. I was very happy with that. Ended up managing this up until market close. I got into this trade around 11 a.m. and just pretty much managed this on the 15-minute time frame into 1 p.m. market close. Now, the one thing that I do love about swing trades and something that I always look for is high RR trades. Because if you do it correctly, right, you're risking a very little amount to make X amount. Now, this trade here, right, I was only risking about $600 to make, 3,000 or more, right? Unfortunately, today was pretty much a pullback long type of day on Tesla. As you can see, right, the higher time frame context is still intact, right? We ended up breaking, but instead of, I was looking for a gap and go for market open, but instead we ended up pulling back and defending this level, which is fine, right? Still looking for continuation to the upside. This is healthy. This is good. But unfortunately, today was pretty much a pullback long type of day. I do feel like I got a decent sell pretty much selling into this high day, right? I was looking for that gap and go up into 557.50, but instead, right, we ended up pulling back, which is fine. So go here on TradeZella just to show you, right? So entered this trade around 11:02 a.m. on Friday, September 26th. And as you can see, pretty much sold right when market opened into this high day push. So really good sell. I'm very happy with that. I went into this trade fairly light. with 10,000, making right 2,700. My goal was, $3,000 or more. But like I said, I always want to emphasize on the RR of a trade. And what I really like about this trade was I was only risking, $600 to make 3,000 plus. That's a great RR multiple type trade, right? So, it's never really about how much I make or the dollar amount. It's always how much you're risking on a trade. And this was a really good shot, right? And there's nothing really better than, buying a swing trade into market close and then selling soon as market opens, right? Stress free. You can relax a little bit. But unfortunately, I was really looking for that gap and go to the upside. We didn't get that today, but I just want to break down my thesis behind the trade, the confluences that I saw and that added up for me to take the trade, and my reasoning behind it.